All right, it appears we're back online. Our fourth and final 30-minute scrimmage, runtime clock. We are playing, oh, I better look. Tawas, I knew that. Tawas' visitors, they're wearing red. We are home wearing our white jerseys. And the warm-ups are over. Tawas is separated from their goalie, but we are just coming out. All right, the other bit of bad news I have since the last game, Blake Weaver is off to the hospital to get an x-ray on his collarbone. So we are down 3 people in 3 scrimmages. Soper, Weaver, and Collier. Schultz. He's going through the concussion protocol. All right, puck drop. Tawas wins face-off, goes backward, chips it up. That goes to Braden White. He dumps it in deep. Xander Fogelman rushes in after that puck. And that was... Evan Blazak got away with a hit to the back there. Shot toward the net, off Schlegel's pads, into his glove and covered. Conaway has a quick talk with him and heads to the circle. Conaway left defense, Braden White right D. Graham Peters takes face off. Carter Humphreys rushes in there. Oh, he almost chipped it out. He'd have been gone. Looks like the puck went up in the central bench. We get another whistle, face off to the left of Schlegel as I'm looking at him. All right, Graham Peters takes face off, wins that one back. Harv picks it up, sends it around. Drew Davidson back to Burley. Burley up to Peters. Just off Peter's stick, dumped back into the central end. Burley makes a move around a flat-footed Tawas player, crosses the red line, and somebody was offside. Linesman was right on the line to blow that one dead quick. Peters will take another one with Humphreys to his right and Davidson to his left. Davidson comes up with that puck. He sends it. No, he turns around off the boards. Humphreys gets it, chips it in. Peters lets it go by him. Humphreys has got it behind the net looking. He tried to go to the point, and a stick from one of the Tawas players knocks it down. Burley's checked off the puck. Traverse City still gets a shot. And now Tawas will be able to clear. Off the glass and out. Not enough for icing. Humphreys picks it up. He looks. Up the boards, but not out. Klusterman's got it behind the net. He gets caught up. Back to Harv. Harv up to Humphreys. Humphreys across the blue. Makes the red line. Dumps it in. Klusterman rushes in. Keeps it in off his leg. Kasu's got it behind the net. He sends it around. And now Cade Treadway looking for a pass. Battles with it. Kasu takes a hit. Holds it with his foot. Comes out. Treadway got just a little too much on it, but Caden Rodenroth picked up that puck, keep it in. Tawas sends it all the way around, but not out. Right on Klusterman's stick. Long shot from the point. Goalie saw it all the way, deflects it. And Conaway rushes almost to the goal line to hold that puck in. Kasu had come to cover for Conaway, keeps it in. Conaway goes back, Kasu releases. It goes to the far side to Cade Treadway, who gives it up to a Tawas player, kept in by the point. Wow, that was a trip and a half. Over Conaway's stick. Klusterman will pick that one up. Conaway switches sides. Nice pass up to Rodenroth. Rodenroth skates all the way across the ice, picks the puck back up. Kept in by Beatty, and now Tawas should gain control. They get it out. Poked off the Tawas player's stick by Braden White. Braden puts a check on the Tawas player, picks the puck up, sends it around the net. Oh, that's not good. Evan Blazok pleading his case with the referee, but Scott Dawson has nothing to do with it. Calls interference. And we will be on the penalty kill. Harv gets that puck, sends it back to White. Goes around and just makes it out. Knocked back in offsides. Tawas checks up. And Braden White sends it all the way down the ice. We lock the puck up with 3 Tawas players. They chip it out. Braden White races after that puck. Good job of White to get back, strip that puck, get it up to Xander Fogelman. Fogelman went to Beatty. Beatty with a behind-the-back pass, kind of blind right onto one of the Tawas players, and we get it back out of our zone. Tawas dumps it in deep. Schlegel settles it down behind the net for Burley. Burley runs it up. And Burley all the way in. Still a minute left on the power play, but Traverse City is controlling. Xander Fogelman comes in. They leave him alone. He shoots. He scores. You cannot give up that puck to Fogelman in the middle of the ice. I don't care if you're on the power play or not. Fogelman's not going to miss too much of those. Holy mackerel, he was like a dog on a bone. Threw that one right in. So, shorthand goal by Xander Fogelman with 20 seconds left in the power play for Tawas. 23 left in this 30-minute runtime scrimmage. We bring it right back in. Now, I don't know how the ref saw that one. He was nowhere near the blue line. I did not see the offsides. Conaway carried it right in. And they're saying Graham Peters was offside. That doesn't happen very often. Peters wins the face-off, goes over to Humphreys. Humphreys pushed off the puck by the Tawas defenseman. Tawas sends it around. And Tawas is going to get an elbow call and will go on the power play after that elbowing call. So with 22:40 in this 30-minute runtime scrimmage, we'll get our first power play up by 1. Conaway and Burley out there on defense. They try to clear it. Conaway holds it in. He goes to Burley. Burley looks. Burley shoots. Oh, the goalie just closed the 5-hole. Tawas picked up that play and sent it around. Burley has got it. He's going to run up. Burley, blue line, red line, goes far side across the blue line. Pass held in by Graham Peters. Burley's got it back. He goes back to Humphreys. Humphreys shoots off the goalie in front of the net. Loose puck, tip that. And Tawas pulls it out of the far side of the crease and sends it down to the ice. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the power play. Conaway picks it up. He loses an edge. Does not give up the puck. Oh, no. Conaway and Drew Davidson ran into each other, gave up the puck, and Tawas gets a shot. That's twice today we've seen Traverse City players run into each other. So the face-off will be to the left of Schlegel as I'm looking at him. With 40 seconds left on the power play, Braden White sends it to Blake Davidson. It ends up an icing call. So our lines are a little messed up with 3 players out. Kasut takes the face off, 1. Braden White picks up the puck behind the net, reverses it to Kloosterman. Kloosterman, centering pass to Kasut. Battles with the Tawas forward, and Tawas dumps it in behind our net. Kloosterman's got it again. He goes to White. White's got it. White looks, hits Caden Rodenroth. Caden brings it in, comes to the middle, kind of lost the puck a little, had to play it with his foot, so he couldn't get a shot out off. He goes back to White. White's looking. He goes far side to Kloosterman. Kloosterman makes a move. 2 steps in, shoots. Goalie stops that. Braden White with a good keep in. Goes to, who'd he go to? Rodenroth, and Rodenroth not able to handle it. Tawas full strength. Trojans up by 1. Kasut not able to chip it in at the blue line. Xander Fogelman tries to dump it in. The Tawas player gains control. Fogelman's got it now. He makes a long pass. This is going to be ice. No ice. All right. Traverse City keeps it in. Burley steps in. Fogelman steps back on defense, intercepts the out pass, but then it goes off of a stick. Harv's got it behind our net. He goes to Burley. Burley spins around. Burley far side. Hit Evan Blazak off his stick, and Tawas dumps it back in. Behind the net to Burley. Burley up to Fogelman, just out of his reach, and Tawas dumps it deep again. Not a lot of pressure by Tawas, but they're intercepting our passes and just dumping it in. So Beatty got to the puck first, made a nice pass across. I think that was Fogelman that had the shot. Oh my goodness. Evan Blazak just got a lesson in keeping your head up behind the net. Conaway's got it at the point. He goes far side to Kloosterman. Kloosterman looks. Back spins. Fogelman behind the net. Nice pass to Beatty. Beatty rifles a shot at Fusi. Oh, how did Beatty miss the net? The rebound came out, and we were not able to collect it. A weak shot on net. The goalie sucks it up, and we're going to get a line change here. I got Humphreys, Peters, and Davidson out front. Conaway and Kloosterman behind. Conaway races to the middle, picks up that puck, goes over to Kloosterman. Kloosterman fires a shot from the point. Goalie with a quick glove pulls that one in and holds on tight. We'll get a face-off to the left of the Tawas goalie as I'm looking at him. Kloosterman just said to Conaway, so close. I think Kloosterman had to settle that puck down so he didn't get it. Here's Conaway with the puck on the far side. He's not able to corral it. The Tawas player ties him up. Wow, Tawas is getting physical here. Kloosterman's got it. He back spins. He's going to bring it right back in. He goes deep. Graham Peters holds up for him. Oh, Kloosterman tried to hit Peters just out of his reach. Peters and Conaway go back. Peters long pass, 2 lines. Ooh, Davidson's got to watch himself. He made a swipe at one of the players in the back of the calf, right in front of the referee. All right, no icing on this call. Touched by one of the Tawas players. Carter Humphreys just not able to keep it in right at the blue line. He ties it up. We come away with it. Peters to Harvey. Harvey to Rodenroth. Rodenroth tips it in. Humphreys will go for a change. Rodenroth comes out with that puck. He takes a shot. Rebound right to the middle, over the stick of Cade Treadway and out. Harv gets it, goes far side to White, and dumped back in by Cade Treadway. Cade Treadway picks it up. He turns it on, he goes to the net, tries to protect himself, sticks his arm out, but he was muscled off the puck with a weak backhand centering attempt that the goalie jumped on and covered up. We'll get Burley and Klusterman back out. I see Beatty, Blazak, and Fogelman. Tawas gets that high off the glass. Burley gloves it down, backhands it in deep behind the net. Tawas picks it up, they reverse it. Tawas player made a nice move there. He looked and saw Klusterman covering. Here we go with a shot. Off the goalie. Klusterman holds it in. He's going to rifle one. Into the goalie's glove and out. Into the far side. Fogelman on that puck. He steps in, beats two men. Fogelman goes around the back of the net. He's looking. Fogelman with a shot, stopped by the goalie. Net's off, we get a whistle. Beatty tried to center one to, I believe that was Blazak. That was a nice look. We'll get Conaway and White out on defense. Humphreys, Davidson, and Peters in the middle. Puck drop, won by Tawas. Tried to clear off the glass. A nifty little chip through the legs, goes all the way down. The referee blows off icing. Back to Conaway. Conaway looking for the pass. He hit Davidson. Davidson got it out. Graham Peters intercepts the breakout pass. Shoot foot! Carter Humphreys almost had one. I didn't see what it hit, but it ended up behind the net. Davidson wraps it around. He goes to Conaway. Conaway steps to the middle. He shoots. Didn't get what he wanted on it, but Humphreys picks it up behind the net. Conaway goes back toward his point. Oh, the net is off again. So we get a stop and play. Ugh. I try to catch my breath with a quick yawn. I'm not used to 4 30-minute periods in a few hours. I'm out of shape too. Shots on goal of 14-2 in favor of the Trojans. The Tawas player chipped it out of the zone, tripped over the blue line, nobody around him, and went down. Otherwise, he'd have been gone. White dumps it in deep behind the net. Tawas picks it up, shuffles it to another player. He goes off the glass and into the netting. We got to get another puck. All right, puck dropped to the right of the Tawas goaltender, picked up by Cade Treadway. Centering pass! Went off a skate. The goalie made a heck of a save. To the point, held in by Burley. He makes a move, beats out one guy. Far side pass, just out of the reach of Rodenroth, makes it all the way out. That was Kasu that was unable to control that pass. Burley checked one of the Tawas players off the puck at the red line. We've got it behind the net. It comes to Kasu. He taps it up to Rodenroth. Rodenroth cross red line, blue line. He looks, gives it to Kasu. Kasu gets a weak shot. It goes to Burley. Burley over to Harv. Harv shoots into the pads of the rushing forward. Keeps it in. Oh, just over Burley sticking out. Burley grabs it, makes a move, steps up, makes the blue line. Burley gets it poked off his stick, and we're back at the red line. Xander Fogelman, blue line, pass across the red line to Cade Treadway. Cade Treadway trying something back to Harv. Cade just kind of dropped it, and Harv was too far behind him, and he couldn't reach the puck. We bring it back in on sides. Xander Fogelman tries a backhander on the short side. Goalie gets in place, stops that. We pick up the puck. Treadway and who's with him? Fogelman battle for that puck. Xander's got it again. Oh, he tried to go to the point to Conaway, and one of the Tawas players got a stick out and stopped that attempt. Kloosterman's got it. He back spins. He's going to come up the boards. He's bothered by one of the Tawas players, hit by another, but got the puck off. We bring it in on sides. Beatty goes to Fogelman. Beatty looking. Beatty in the middle, shoots! Off the Tawas goal, and Conaway just can't get to it in the center of the ice. He picks it up in the neutral zone. Passes up to Kloosterman. Kloosterman dumps it in. No icing, and Tawas plays it around. Oh, there, two guys missed it. It went right to Kloosterman, who does a backspin, and he's hanging on, dumps it behind the net. Fogelman had it for a second but lost it. Oh, they tried to pass it out. Conaway with a nice shot. Fogelman tried to redirect it, and it went wide of the net. Fogelman with a move. Fogelman looks, back to Conaway. Conaway shoots! Off Xander Fogelman, it just missed the net, maybe an inch outside. That was a great play by Xander and Cash Conaway. All right, Xander's got it again. Cash steps up. Xander's looking for him. Xander got pushed to the outside, couldn't make the pass. Skate of the referee holds the puck out of play. Oh man. Evan Blazak had Beatty wide open, and he just passed it behind him. Shot goes wide. Conaway thinks about stepping in, thinks twice. Forces a bad pass, and Tawas has to ice it. They've been out on the ice a long time. I like the look of Fogelman and Conaway out there. Xander looked at Conaway 2 or 3 times. Got one through. One was just tipped. Oh, this is going to be a good season. 8:22 left in a 30-minute run time scrimmage. Shots on goal are 16-2 in favor of the Trojans. Here's another one. Off the goalie. Oh, it looked like it hit the post and bounced right back in front of the net. The goalie shoves his glove on him. No goal. 17-2 shots on goal, 8 minutes left. Face off to the right of the Tawas goalie, won by Traverse City. Davidson sends it across to Burley. Burley ends up behind the goal line, comes around behind the net. He's looking at the point, gives everybody a head fake. It goes to Davidson. He shoots off one of the Tawas players right in front of the net. Back to Braden White. Braden White to Humphreys. Humphreys takes a shot inside wide. Burley gets it. Shot. Knocked to the side by the goalie. Burley again makes a move. Burley sends it into the corner. Graham Peters picks it up there. Graham Peters with the move. Thwarted by the skate of one of the Tawas players. Back in. Tawas not able to clear. They bounce it off the boards. Burley's got 2 guys on him. And now they clear. Braden White races, picks it up. Goes behind himself to Carter Humphreys. Carter Humphreys looks. He makes a great pass to Graham Peters just off his backhand, but still got it behind the net. Peters sees a player rushing in. That was Blake Davidson. Man, is he fast. He's going to be fun to watch this year. Blake goes back to the point. Braden White with the puck. Braden White brings it back into Davidson. Braden White steps up. Davidson tries to hit him off his stick. And we've got 4 guys battling for it. Kasu weasels that puck back to Braden White. And Graham Peters sent it back to, or Blake Davidson sent it back to white, and it bounced over white, sticking out. We'll get an icing call here with 5 minutes 50 seconds left in this 10-minute runtime scrimmage here at Center Ice in Traverse City, Michigan. So my brother Todd is probably in bed. If I'm correct, it's about 2 a.m. in the morning in Thailand. But hopefully my daughter Vicky's still listening in England. Puck drop, won by the Trojans, back behind the net. Kloosterman tried to send it around. Now Kasu knocks it up to Rodenroth. Rodenroth shoots inside wide. Kloosterman's going to hold it in with a skate. Tawas just sneaks it out. Rodenroth picks it up in the neutral zone, brings it in our end. He's looking for the boys to set up. He comes in on the far side, and it looks like Blake Davidson was just offsides. Kasu had made a move kind of at the blue line, and like I said, Blake Davidson's a little speedster, and I think he jumped the gun and got in. Harv and Kloosterman on defense. Fogelman goes back to Kloosterman. Kloosterman rifles it in behind the net. And Beatty's gonna force a guy. Evan Blazak with a hit to knock the Tawas player off the puck. And then Blazak dragged his foot, but it was just over the line as the puck came across. So we were off sides and had to check up. Puck hit the referee, didn't come out. Harv's going in, pushes his man off. That allows Blazak to get back in there. Drive the puck around. Xander Fogelman through the middle. Oh, he tried to back pass to Evan Blazak, but he had stayed against the boards instead of getting in the shooting lane. There's a pass. Fogelman chips it in. Blazak battles for it. Tawas picks it up and just drives it down the ice. They'll eat the icing with 3:20 left in this 10-minute runtime scrimmage game. I do believe our first real game is next Friday in Petoskey. Josh and I will be there for live action. Hopefully I'll have my numbers down by then. Got to see a little of Josh's video. All right, face off. Won by the Trojans. Back to Burley. And Tawas brings it through the neutral zone. They lose it trying to go across the line. Burley's got it now. He saw Peters on the far side, just out of Peters' reach. Burley's going to get it again. Conaway's on the right side, D. Drew Davidson was covering on the left for Burley. There's a shot. Oh, it went through the goalie's leg and in. Is it in? The ref didn't point. The goalie thought it was in. He tilted his head back like, I can't believe that just happened. Oh, no goal with 2 minutes left. That was as close as they get without happening. All right, Burley's got it. He steps in. Cash Conaway had come off the point all the way up. He's now fighting for it behind the goal line. Burley's on this side. Graham Peters on that side. Burley keeps it in with a foot. Burley with a shot off the goalie. Conaway chases down the man, forces him off the puck. Now he'll stay back against the defensive line. Yeah, it's interesting with Burley and Conaway out there. They're both very offensive defensemen. Woo! Conaway with a sneaky little between the Tawas player and the goal. Was tipped at the red line all the way down, no icing. Tawas knocked it back in. Kloosterman's got it with 1:20 left. Shots on goal are 20-2 in favor of Central. We're only up by 1. The Tawas goalie's done pretty well, and the second one he thought went in did not go in. Kloosterman dumps it back in. We got to get on sides. We do. 1 minute left in this competition. Kloosterman's got to chase it down. He gets tripped up. Oh, I might have called that one. The Tawas player stuck his foot out and tripped up Kloosterman and allowed Tawas to take possession of the puck. All right, here comes Rodenroth. Rodenroth looking, he button hooks. He's going to send it back to Harv. Harv shoots through a bunch of players. Rebound, and Rodenroth picks that up, takes a stride, gets the goalie to go down and just lifts it over his shoulder and puts it in. We've got 20 seconds left. Shots on goal, 21-2 for the Trojans. I don't even think we'll get another puck drop here. And we're going to come out 3 wins, 1 loss today against a very solid reps team. But that'll do it. That's 4 scrimmages. That's a great hockey Saturday for the Trojans. Like I said, we play in Petoskey next week. Our schedule is listed on the website. Josh and I will be bringing you live broadcasts. I will give out my number between periods, and we can get people to tell me how far out of town they are. So the boys will shake hands with Tawas. Goalie's first at the red line. Coach is walking up behind. It's glad to be watching hockey and chirping about it again. I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to help Josh put away our equipment. I cannot wait for you to tune in next Tuesday or next Friday so that we can listen as your Trojans take on Petoskey. Thanks for listening on a Saturday.